My name's Sophie and my business is DF Studio in Brookvale. We're a yoga studio. I bought this business just over 2 years ago and I inherited the previous owner's marketing agency. I stuck with them for the first year and a half because I was a bit afraid of change, but I was deeply frustrated by the way that they were operating. I didn't really ever understand what they were doing and the outcomes that it had on my business. The person that I dealt with was based in the US, and not only did they not have any local knowledge, but they didn't even know anything about yoga. So it was very difficult to build something together that was actually focused on my very small business needs. My first problem was that I have a very clunky website that is difficult for me as someone who doesn't know how to do it to manage myself, but it had good SEO presence, so it wasn't worth replacing. The second was that I rely on meta ads for the business, but didn't really feel like I had any input or control or understanding of how those ads worked and how we could work to improve them. The third was that I didn't have a good oversight of what was happening with the marketing in my business. I didn't really feel involved in it, and I didn't really feel like I had any control over it.
I'm going to combine these two.
It's made me feel a lot more confident about what I'm doing as being the right action to help promote my business in this community, because Audrey is a member of this community and lives locally and attends my studio and my classes, and so has a much better idea of what I'm trying to do and how to promote that in the Northern Beaches. So the impact has been that it's much more tailored on the specific needs of who we are and what we're trying to do from somebody who actually has experienced it and is part of the community themselves. The first is about how to operate with a website like mine, which is a bit old and clunky, and that it is still possible to do so even if it's not perfect, because there are a lot of strengths to how that website is set up and things that I don't want to lose. And the previous agency kind of made me feel as if it was too problematic to manage, whereas Audrey has worked with what we've got within our budget in a way that is much more realistic. The second is to do with how we run meta ads and how frequently they are tweaked and managed and changed to suit the current situation of the business, the season that we're in, the promotions that we're running. It's all a lot more transparent and I feel a lot more in control of it. The third is to do with how information is reported. I feel like I've got regular contact, both kind of formal and informal reporting on what we've done and how it translates into the numbers in the business, but also just informally we chat on the phone. I know that Audrey's just down the road and I can call and check in if I have a question, which has been much easier. The outcome of our work has been that I have been able to strengthen the brand and the way that it's communicated to the community overall, leading to higher sales. That's the truth of it, is that it has created a much more cohesive and consistent approach across the different channels of marketing through SEO and meta ads. Because I've got a vision and a way of working and a way that I want to support this community. The way that that was presented didn't used to match, and now it does. And I feel like I can see it, and I feel like I can feel it, and I can feel like the outcome is an improvement in the business sales. The importance of working with small businesses, that for me has been the most important thing that we've done together. We are both women running small businesses in the same community, and our interests are aligned in so many ways as a result, and we can understand each other and work in a way that supports each other so that everybody is benefiting. Working with somebody who is genuinely interested in finding out what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so that it can better inform the marketing makes a huge difference, and takes the time to find out what that really is. It makes everything that we're doing make a lot more sense. Finally, it's really nice to work with somebody whose company I actually enjoy because easy to communicate, it's easy to share ideas, and it's easy to feel like we're on the same page. Find somebody who is interested in really understanding what you're trying to communicate, also who has the technical skills and knowledge to execute that. That's the number one thing that's been really beneficial. Number two is, doesn't always need to be a hard sell solution. A lot of small businesses like mine can see that maybe a new website would be a great addition to the marketing, but the budget just isn't there. So it's realistic to work with what we've got, and to find someone who I've experienced with Audrey, who's just understands that that's the reality and that's what we've got to be doing, even if it's not perfect. Finally, find someone whose communication works for you. For me, having a combination of the formal and informal communication has made it much easier to work together. I feel like I can get my questions answered when I need them, but that I'm also getting the solid reporting when I need it, that I've got documented, that I can look back on, that gives a good balance.